Hi, welcome to the Burger Show. I'm Sherry Hansen. Thanks for joining me today. I'm here with City Clerk Julie Lammers. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, I was driving through town the other day, and I drove around the corner here at Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, and I saw this book exchange little kiosk here, and I'm like, really? I didn't even know that that was here. And so, of course, I went in and I talked to Uncle Rodney and I go, what's going on? And maybe you've seen some of these. I know Maplewood State Park has one, but Rodney took the initiative himself, thinking, he loves to read. And so he's got books here. And like it says, you can take a book, you can leave a book. If you're done reading it, bring it back. How cool is that? I mean, and in any time of the day, and I just think it just reeks of small town and what you want to have in a small town. I just love it. So if you have a book, if you want to take a book, say you're up in the middle of the night and I want to read a book, you know where to go get one, right? So Hansen's Plumbing and Heating, right in front of their store, you're going to be able to find that. That's what I love about small towns, Julie, don't you?
What a great opportunity to be able to just say, hey, I want to share my books.
Yeah, it's great, and we have so many opportunities in a small town. When I think of, you can come to Zumba Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You go up to the community center at 8:15. On Tuesday and Thursdays, you can go in the evening at 5:15. We've got just the walking trails. We've got the stores are open. Can you tell I love my small town? And Julie, what's going on down at the city office?
Well, down at the city office, we are doing planning, and we're starting to prepare for next year and to see what areas that we're going to be working on. The trails, we just last night at the council meeting did a resolution to apply for the trail grant again, to continue working with adding on to our trails so that we can connect the two trails that we do have here in Burgess.
That's great. It's like I say, you can go on the city website and you can find out all the different events and things that are going on. And you can also just stop in at the city office, because that's kind of it is the hub of everything that's happening. And Julie, I know that you're super involved. And that's mainly one of the reasons I wanted to invite you onto the show today, because I know that you and I just got back from a Blandon retreat, and it was a leadership retreat. And I looked at it as it was just a wonderful week. We were surrounded by, I think we had 12 people from the Burgess area and 5 from Wolf Lake and 6 from Frazee or something like. Anyway, the numbers, we had 23 people invested in wanting to have their small town continue to not only thrive but to grow. And I just really want to thank you for looking into that grant opportunity. And I think I'd like to hear a little bit about how that all came about.
Well, thanks. Yeah, it was a great opportunity and learned so much. And I was so excited to see all the people, everybody that said, hey, I really want to do things in Burgess, Frazee, Wolf Lake. But actually back in 2011 was when we began planning for this. And Lori Thorpe was working at the Frazee Burgess Community Ed. And John Smith from Frazee Administrator and Lori Lane, the Wolf Lake clerk, and myself were meeting. And we are all experiencing the same kind of issues of how do we get volunteers and how do we decide who is the leaders that need to be doing things.
Well, I think, Julie, just for you to take that opportunity to meet with the 3 communities, because we found that up at Blandon, how interesting that was, that I wasn't aware that Wolf Lake was dealing maybe with this issue and it was kind of like the same issue that we're dealing with, and how we can work together on that.
Yes, and I was surprised too, but we are all part of the same school district, and that was the reason that we chose these 3 communities to go together. And then we applied for the Blandon grant, which it pays for everything, which for small towns a lot of times financing these kinds of educational experiences is the most difficult part. So with this grant, all 23 of us were able to stay for a week and just really learn what's going on, as well as then in January we'll get back together again for 2 days and stay in Baxter for a night, where we can spend more time deciding what we've decided what projects we want to begin working on, and then now updating it. And then later we'll get together for another day, as well as a lot of people are in groups where they're deciding on different things that they're going to be working on. And even yesterday, I received my first email on here's what, and the organization or the topic that I'm working with, the group, is on trails. And so yesterday I already got an email saying, hey, this is what I found out. This is where I went with this, and it's already moving forward.
That's really cool. I think, when you talk about the fact that the Blandin Foundation did give the people the opportunity for this and the financial aspect of it, but what Blandin recognized and kept emphasizing their thanks for is the time that people took away from their families, their jobs.
Yes, which was wonderful to see that 23 people left their spouses or their children and just said, hey, I want to focus on our community. I want to bring betterment to our community. And we had a few people that said, hey, whenever you need a volunteer, give me a call.
You know that. Yeah, you're going to, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yes. Yeah, I wrote that name and phone number down very quickly. As well as, and it's happened a couple times here at the city office where people have come in and said, hey, I'm willing to volunteer. I am able to do anything that's bookwork typist, or I'm able to do anything where I can do it at night, or and if there's things that you want to volunteer for in our communities, feel free to give me a call or stop into the city office and just say, hey, this is the area that I excel at, and I would really like to help out in Burgess or around the area.
You're using that one of those Blandin traits, and you're going to find that with the people that we had city council members, we had community club members, we had business owners that did go on this retreat, and they teach you these skills on how to determine. Here you have this plethora of volunteers, and maybe not everybody can be there for the 3-day event, or maybe not everybody can do, but they are willing to do other things, and it's recognizing that. And part of recognizing that is having you come forward and say, I do want to be invested in my community, and I do want to be able to help out, and this is what I can do. And I just think that that's a great skill to be able to have.
It is, and to know that those are great skills. I've always I'm not sure what my talent is because, I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't, all of those highlighted talents, but being able to do bookwork or being able to sell raffle tickets or being able to do those are all valued skills as well that we really need.
Yeah, they really are. And so I think you're going to see some people that are going to, try to use these skills within our community, and you're probably going to end up recognizing it because I think the thing that did come out of it is how you cannot be up there without knowing that those people are invested in the Vergas community or the Frazee community or the Wolf Lake community. And so we've got a community event coming up. Do you have any information on that with the Redneck Days, Julie?
We have a great Redneck, which the person that thought up Redneck is a Blandin alumni. Okay. So just so it works for years past. I can't remember. It was like 8 or 10 years ago when she went to Blandin, and so it still keeps working. And that is on November 22nd, and we'll start out with the parade, and then they will also be doing the beer run this year, and then they have an awesome event at the event center afterwards on the dating game, which you'll have to come and find out what an exciting that's going to actually mean.
I think some of it is just kind of the fun of not exactly knowing, but I do know that the businesses are going to open up their doors early in the day, and there's going to be specials. And so November 22nd, if you have an opportunity that you have some time and want to volunteer, we are looking for those volunteers, and it's going to be a fun day. And I think you're going to find that Julie and different people from this Blandin thing are going to be looking for different ways to keep you involved. Is that right, Julie?
That's right. Yes.
Well, thank you, Julie, for joining me today. Thank you for all that you do for the community of Vergas. And we've always got a lot going on, and we know that at the city office we can find out where it is that we can put those efforts.
You're welcome. Thanks for everything you do, Sherry.
All right. You have a good day in Vergas.